Reports are breaking that Iran is able to develop a nuclear bomb within weeks. This was first broken by ex-CIA analyst Larry Johnson, who has a source within the Pakistani government, where he was told that the Iranian president spoke to the Pakistani prime minister to tell the US, that if the US escalates, then Iran is prepared to remove the fatwa that they had, this religious ruling that said they shouldn't be developing any nuclear bombs, and will demonstrate on Iranian soil an explosion that would indicate to the world that they have a nuclear bomb. And this is the problem with this escalation that Trump has carried out in Iran. It's doing the opposite effect of what he is claiming he's trying to do, which is to remove Iran's nuclear threat. Now, before this war, all US intelligence noted that Iran is not developing a nuclear bomb. But we all know that Iran is capable of doing that. They just haven't done it. One, it's clear that they have the technical know-how. They've enriched to 60%. They can easily enrich to 90% and then above. But two, they have all the alliances that do have a nuclear bomb and have the know-how. Russia, China, Pakistan, North Korea. So it's very easy for them to develop a nuclear bomb if they wanted to. Now, how would you give them a reason for them to want to? Well, if there is a threat to their survival, and they believe that the only way to fight this threat is to have a nuclear bomb, then they will go on that path. The issue that Iran had was that they didn't have deterrence. Every time they got attacked, they didn't really respond in a strong way, which made them look weak. When the US killed Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Iranian elite force, Quds force, Iran didn't really retaliate. When the US dropped the bombs from the B-2 bombers on the nuclear facilities last June, Iran didn't fully retaliate. They did a ceremonial response where they attacked the US base in Qatar, but they called the US and told them, we're going to do this attack at this time, remove your forces so there's no casualties. Trump said that himself. But once the US waged a full-on war with Iran under this guise that Iran is going to build a nuclear bomb, they had to respond, especially after killing their leader. They had to create a deterrence. This whole strategy of not responding didn't really work for them. The West, unfortunately, saw that as a weakness, as they don't have that capability to respond because they would have responded. And so they are starting to believe, the Iranians, that the only way to have proper deterrence is through a nuclear bomb. Because the US, whether Iran's building one or not, the US is always going to argue that Iran's building one. And the powers that are attacking you have the capability to actually cause and kill your civilization. Then the US is pretty much pushing Iran in that direction of actually having a nuclear bomb, because that's the only way that the US stops attacking Iran.